Pretoria, what a beautiful city. If you got the choice between Joburg and Pretoria, I would come to Pretoria. These are the Union Building Gardens with stunning views over the city. When you visit Joburg or Pretoria, you will find that it's not safe to walk down the street on foot. We based ourselves at the Sheraton Hotel, which overlooks the Union buildings and park. The Sheraton had a secure underground car park and made a good base for day trips. The main restaurant in the Sheraton is the Magnolia, where a meal for two costs around $40 including drinks. Many of the rooms had a fabulous view of the Union building. The rooftop swimming pool is relatively small and only 1.5 metres deep. A 10-minute drive from Pretoria city centre is the Voortrekkers Monument. The Voortrekers Monument commemorates the exodus of the Boers from the Cape Colony in 1835. The entrance fee is 180 Rand for tourists and 95 Rand for South Africans. Come on in. There are 299 granite steps leading from the car park to the base of the monument. This 40-metre high granite structure was built in 1938 and it was declared a National Heritage Site in 2011. Inside the Voortrekkers Monument is the Hall of Heroes, with a large frieze depicting the history of the Voortrekkers. They say this is the largest marble frieze in the world. In the centre of the Hall of Heroes is a large circular opening through which you can see the cenotaph. Parts of the frieze depict the conflict between the Boers and the Zulus, particularly the Battle of Blood River. During the Battle of Blood River, the Voortrekkers formed a circle with their wagons for protection. To commemorate it, the Voortrekker Monument is therefore surrounded by a wall with images of 16 ox wagons. Eight percent of South Africa's population is black, yet they were noticeable by their absence at the Voortrekkers Monument. There's 365 steps that take you to the top of the monument, where you can get stunning views over Pretoria. The building in the middle of the screen, on the green hill, is the Union building. Looking downwards from the sky dome, a chevron pattern on the floor of the Hall of Heroes radiates outwards like 32 sun rays. In the middle is the cenotaph. There are two flights of narrow stairs which operate as a one-way system, taking you to the top of the monument and back. On the lower level of the monument is the Cenotaph Hall. In the centre of this hall there is an empty grave to honour the Voortrekkers who died during the Great Trek. The monument was designed so that on midday on the 16th of December, sunlight may shine through a hole in the roof onto the carved words on the cenotaph. The 16th of December was the day of the Battle of Blood River. A small cannon. I think they've overdone it a bit with a trolley for the size of the cannon. As you can see, within this gallery there's also a number of artefacts from the Voortrekkers. The tapestry shows the day-to-day life of the Voortrekkers, just like the frieze in the Hall of Heroes. Within the grounds of the monument is a mock-up of a lager, which means encampment. This is to give you an idea of how the Voortrekkers would live during their Great Trek. This is Fort Schanskop. Again, it's within the grounds of the Voortrekkers Monument and it's included in your R180 entrance fee. This was one of 4 forts built to protect Pretoria from the British and was completed in April 1897. After the outbreak of war in October 1889, the fort was abandoned by the Boer and then it was occupied by the British in June 1900. As you can see above the fort, flags fly from many different nations to welcome visitors, but for obvious reasons there was no British flag. Who said time was a great healer, 100 years on, and was still not welcome? This state-of-the-art fort was designed by German engineers, cost £47,000 to build back in 1897. Next to the fort was a barbecue area and conference centre with more stunning views over Pretoria. The Rietvlei Nature Reserve is a 20-minute drive from the Voortrekers Monument and covers an area of approximately 40 square kilometres. This includes the Rietvlei Dam. The entrance fee to the park is R68 and it's open from 6 AM to 6 PM at night. Please note they only accept card payments, no cash. Rietvlei was originally a farm that was purchased by the government in 1927 to build a dam and reservoir to serve the needs of Pretoria. When the dam was completed, they turned it into a nature reserve. The original farm is now a coffee shop and campsite serving light snacks and drinks. The coffee shop and campsite are surrounded by a large fence and cattle grids to keep out the wild animals, so you can safely wander around, unlike the rest of the park where you must stay in your car at all times. Oh, really? The old washing machine, look. Sell some of them in my shop. I was worried about getting lost in the park as there are so many different tracks to take, but every junction has a signpost and there's only one way in and out of the park, and the exit features on most of the signs you see, so there's really no need to worry about anything. Like most game reserves, you can spend a lot of time driving around and see nothing. As you drive around the reserve, you'll come to a number of bird and animal hides perfect for taking photos. All I found though was these places were absolutely infested with mosquitoes. So make sure you go armed with good insect repellent. There are over 400 species of bird in the park, along with cheetahs, wildebeest, zebras, buffaloes, hippos and a variety of different types of antelope, not to mention numerous species of biting insects. There were various types of hides around the reserve. This one overlooks the lake, others overlook the grassland. Except whilst access to some of the hides is relatively open, other hides have big fences around them, so you're protected from wild animals as you approach the hide. All the hides have small car parks by them, so you don't have to walk too far from your car to get into them. The sign on the wall tells you you're entering at your own risk. There used to be 4 lions in the park, but these were killed by poachers, and now there's only cheetahs, hippos, crocodiles, a few other dangerous animals, nothing too much to worry about. We spent around 2.5 hours in Rietvlei National Park, although 40 minutes of that was spent in the coffee shop. If you just want your own self-drive safari to tick a box, this is a perfect place for you. I didn't have the patience or the telephoto lens to get the best shots, just an iPhone. But we saw lots of zebra, different types of antelope, ostriches and quite a few jackals, birds and beautiful scenery, and it was well worth the visit. A 10-minute drive from the Union buildings is Pretoria National Botanical Gardens. Covering 188 acres, this garden was established in 1946. The garden is open from 8 AM to 6 PM. It costs R60 per adult and R20 for a child. The entire garden is surrounded by a huge security fence, creating another safe space for you to walk around. Once again, they only accept card payments. These little critters are called rock hyrax. Although they resemble rodents, their actual closest relative is the elephant. Deer in there for the trees, look. As you follow the path along the edge of the park towards the Arboretum, you come very close to the very noisy R104 Pretoria Road. It's very reassuring though to see the large fence separating the park and the road. This area is the succulent garden. In the middle of the park is a large hill with lots of windy paths leading up to it. This tree in front is called the Cape Aloe, also known as the bitter aloe. It's an interesting plant, but no idea what it is. There goes a little rock kayak. We're on top of the hill now, and this part of the park is very hot and dry. This bit offers a bit of welcome shade from the midday sun.
Amazing.
After a thoroughly enjoyable walk around the park, we popped into this lovely little cafe for a piece of carrot cake and a cup of tea. So there we have it, a few things you can do in Pretoria. One of the things I didn't cover in this video were the many shopping malls which you can visit. These also offer a safe space in which to wander around. In my next video we'll be looking at Johannesburg. I hope you enjoyed the video, please give us a thumbs up.